$100 billion package in 2024. Get ready because it's here. I have all the details and exactly what you need to know right here in the video. Let's get right into it. I know in this video, I do want to discuss $100 billion that is currently on the table and must be spent by the end of 2024. Sounds like a fun task to me, right? Send us the money, we will gladly spend the $100 billion by the end of the year. Do you think we'd be able to do it? I don't really know. That's a massive amount of money, but I'm gladly up to the task. If they want to send us the money, I think we could easily find a good use for it. But no, seriously, there is $100 billion on the table right now, and it must be spent by the end of 2024. And that's what I want to talk about and focus on here in the video, because I'll give you a little hint. Giving the money away to the American people in the form of one-off checks or even monthly checks is one of the ways that they can spend this $100 billion. Now, I also do want to talk about this mysterious $100 billion. Where did it come from? By the way, it's not very mysterious at all, and why they must spend it by the end of the year. We've got a lot to talk about here in the video. Let's get into it and discuss all the details. Really fast before we do, thanks for joining me. If you have not done so yet, make sure to do yourself a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button right down below the video. It is totally free to do so, and I'm here for you right by your side every single day, watching the headlines, watching the announcements, watching the bills, packages, and proposals, anything popping up right now that's possibly going to impact you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, or anything popping up you can possibly grab and or take advantage of, including but not limited to money, benefits, raises to benefits, checks, programs, stimulus checks, monthly checks, or anything like this. Of course, I've got your back. I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Have been for about 4 years now, and I will continue to be every single day going forward. That's my promise to you, and as always, I'm sticking to it. So again, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. I'm here for you no matter what, and again, we need to stick together right now, and I truly do appreciate every single one of you right here in this community. All right, thank you so much. Let's get into it and talk about $100 billion. What is going on with this, and what can they do with it? Now, let me tell you exactly where this $100 billion came from. Now, the estimate as of right now, that it's still sitting at $100 billion, okay? That is a ton of money. That's based on what they're telling us, but it could be significantly more than that. These are just the estimates. They really don't know what the exact number is as of right now. But again, I just read some information saying, well, we think it's about $100 billion. Okay, that's a lot of money, okay? Now, here's what it comes down to. Think back to March of 2021. We passed, or I shouldn't say we, they, lawmakers, passed a $1.9 trillion package called the American Rescue Plan. Within that, there was all kinds of money for virtually everything you could think of, including $1,400 stimulus checks for 85% of the population, right? Remember that? Yeah, of course you do, right? Well, as a result of that, I want to bring you the details about this, because within that $1.9 trillion package, there was also $350 billion that was given to states. Do you remember that part? Well, not many people really know about this, but yes, it is true. Within that $1.9 trillion, $350 billion was in there, appropriated to give away to states. Literally just a free handout to all the states, depending on a variety of factors based on how much the states actually got. But the states got billions and billions and billions of dollars that they're currently still sitting on. Well, some of the states anyway. Some of the states are right back to where they started out, which was they're broke. They're right back to broke again. So they blew all the money, and now they're sitting back at broke. But either way, there's a lot of states out there that are still sitting on billions upon billions of dollars. And again, collectively across the entire country, they have $100 billion in cash that they're sitting on that they got from the federal government a couple years ago, okay? Now, let me explain the details about this. So one of the rules within that piece of legislation from 2021, again, the American Rescue Plan, is that the states needed to do one of two things: spend the money by the end of 2024 or give it back to the federal government. Okay, let me ask you a quick question. You get billions and billions of dollars from the federal government in the form of a package, and they say, all right, here's the rule. Either you spend the money, you have a variety of ways you can spend the money, or you need to give it back to us in a few years. Do you think you could find a way to spend the money, or do you think, I'm fine, I'll give it back in a few years, no problem, guys? I'm pretty sure we could find a way to spend it, right? Well, the states are in the same situation. Now, here's the thing. Again, the estimates are sitting at $100 billion. They need to spend it by the end of the year. Do you think they're going to find a way, and do you think they're going to be in a hot mess here trying to figure out a way to spend that money? And again, let me point out, the different ways that they can spend the money is there's a variety, okay? There's a lot of different ways they can spend the money, but one of the ways is they can establish guaranteed basic income or monthly check programs for the people within their states, or they can even do one-off checks. Now, when I say one-off checks, I mean like a rebate check, inflation relief check, a stimulus check, whatever they want to call it. They can do all kinds of things like it, okay? Now, all these states will have different names for the types of programs that they do. And again, I want to preface this and really emphasize, just because they can do this as one of the options to spend the money does not necessarily mean that they're going to do it. However, I would not be shocked one bit to see a bunch of states doing different things like this, because what's 2024? Do you think it's a little bit of an important or pivotal year? Yeah, we all know what's going on in November, right? As a result of that, do you think they're maybe going to bait the hook a little bit? Just saying, okay? It happens all the time. We all know how the political games work. It's the same situation all the time. But my point is, here's what I want to point out for you. Because of this $350 billion that was originally established back in 2021, there's a lot of programs, a lot of states set up these guaranteed basic income programs. In other words, no strings attached, ongoing monthly check programs over the last couple years. In fact, if you've been watching the videos here on the channel for a while now, you know that there are well over 100 guaranteed basic income programs across the entire country right now, sending out ongoing monthly checks, generally around $500 a month for tons and tons of people all across the country. So as a result of that, I would anticipate 2024, and again, I want to say this much as well, I could be 100% totally wrong with this. This is just my anticipation. I don't know, right? I'm just basically speculating based on how much money they have, how fast they need to spend it or give it back, and to see what they'll actually do with it. Now, I would imagine they're going to spend a bunch of this money, right? But again, remember, do you think that they could possibly give some of it away in the form of one-off checks or monthly checks in the form of guaranteed basic income programs to the residents of their respective states? The answer is yes. So my anticipation would be through the entire year of 2024, I would not be shocked one bit to see more states coming in and sending out stimulus checks. Just because that's my anticipation, I do not anticipate that, that I'm going to be 100% right. I don't know that for sure, but I'm just simply saying the math would tell us, the timeline would tell us that this would probably be a good time for them to do that, and maybe the whole timing behind sending out this $350 billion a couple of years ago was maybe perfectly timed. It has to be spent by the end of 2024, possibly for a reason, because we know what's happening in November, right? I'm just saying, again, just speculating on all of this. But my point is, as a result of this, I would not be shocked. In fact, I anticipate 100% through the entire year of 2024, we see a lot more states coming out with the announcements of guaranteed basic income programs, monthly check programs, probably some one-off check programs, things like this. Now, as of right now, I want to throw this out there as well. I've been seeing some posts out there. I've been seeing some articles, some different people coming out saying, oh, all these states are approving stimulus checks right now. That is not true. That is not happening as of right now, okay? But as we get closer and closer to November, do you think that they maybe want to do something to maybe, juice the pot a little bit? You know what I mean, right? Get a little money into the pockets of the people. Do something for the people to make them feel a little bit better leading up to a very important decision coming in November. Again, just saying, right? I'm not taking political sides, not saying anything like that. I'm just simply saying this is what happens. We've seen it happen before, and they're sitting on $100 billion collectively across all the states that still have some of the money left and have not blown through it and have gone broke again, right? So there are some states out there that are completely broke again after having huge, massive record surpluses over the last couple of years. It's nuts to see how much money these states are sitting on right now when most of the states prior to this had no money at all, right? They were like the American people. They were just broke, just like everybody else out there. They had nothing, and now they're sitting on billions upon billions of dollars. It's nuts, right? But anyway, they have all this money out there, and they need to do something with it. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens here in 2024. They need to do something with it. They'll need to shuffle it around. They'll need to spend it on something. They have a lot of different options here, but they need to do something. So anyway, this is the $100 billion. It's still sitting out there. Yes, money from the original stimulus packages from years ago are still sitting out there. This is just what's being reported, by the way. There's still a ton of money out there. Remember, over the course of a one-year period of time, from early 2020 to early 2021, they printed $6 trillion. $6 trillion of fresh money. Where did it all go? Good question. We can only account for maybe a couple trillion of that, right? And the rest of it, well, whose pocket is it sitting in? It's not ours. It's somebody's. It's in somebody's account. It's in somebody's pocket. Whose? Well, it'd be nice to know that, right? Because we all probably want to have some accountability as far as where did it go? So anyway, I want to bring this to your attention really quickly. 2024, as I've been saying for a very long time now, is going to be a very, very, very interesting year. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. I 100% guarantee it, and it's all about you, the low income, the fixed income, anybody here in this community. Again, I've been saying this for many, many months now. I've been saying this a ton of times in recent videos. It's all about you in 2024. And again, I would not be shocked one bit to see this money just flying around out there. It's going to be like helicopter money. So we'll see what happens here. And again, I think a lot of this is based on maybe inflation and based on timing. Remember, timing is very important when it comes down to major decisions like this for coming up in November. Anyway, hope this one helps you again. I'll keep you posted on any other details that I find about this, but I've been reading about this lately. I've been seeing a couple articles that came out. And actually, there was an article that came out not too long ago, just right before Thanksgiving. A mysterious article came out talking exactly about this. And I thought, this is a little bit interesting. And I found a few since then as well. So I thought, you know what? We should probably talk about this because this is something that most people probably don't even recognize. Anyway, I'm going to keep you posted as I get more details on it. Make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss any videos going forward. Share the video with your friends on social media. There's a share button down below. Go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel, including those that I have linked down below in the description. Otherwise, hit the like button down below if you'd like. Leave a comment, question, feedback down below. Again, if you'd like to. Otherwise, enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one. And I'll catch you again later.